Weihnachtsgeschenke für euch.
This guide shows how to play Mario Kart Doubel Dash with a computer, a projector, and 8 controllers using the Dolphin Emulator. You will need the following. You need a computer or laptop that can run 4 instances of the Dolphin Emulator in parallel, as well a projector or a very large TV with the lowest possible input lag. If available, use the game mode of your device. You need 4 X input controllers such as Xbox Series X controllers with a special dongle to connect wirelessly to your computer. Then you need 4 direct input controllers such as PlayStation 4 controllers. You need a Bluetooth interface to connect the PlayStation 4 controllers to your computer. As an alternative, you can connect your controllers via cable. My tests showed that using the controllers with a cable provided a more reliable connection. You can find a list of the hardware I used in the video description. To set up the software, first you need to download and install both the Dolphin Emulator and the C++ redistributable. Restart the computer. To play Mario Kart on the emulator, you need to rip the GameCube disc you own to an ISO file which can be used on the computer for emulation. If you own the game but want to skip the process of ripping the disc, simply download the ROM. You can look for it e.g. at myriant.arista.me. Unzip the Dolphin Emulator. Rename the folder by adding v1 to the name. Clean up the files so you don't get confused later. Create an empty text file with the name portable.txt and add it to the Dolphin v1 folder. Once it is in the same folder as the dolphin.exe and the dolphin.exe is executed, the user folder will be generated. All configurations regarding this Dolphin instance, including save games, will be stored here. Start Dolphin Emulator and configure graphics. Set up controller profiles for the kind of controllers you want to use. All controllers recognized by Windows can be used in the emulator. Xbox controllers are X input devices. PlayStation 4 controllers are D input devices. Check if all sticks and buttons work well. You need to set controllers for port 1 and port 2. Also check the box for background input. This is necessary to use different controllers with different Dolphin instances in parallel, so that not only the currently active window accepts a controller input. Now you need a Mario Kart Doubel Dash ROM. To access the Mario Kart ROM, add the corresponding folder to the emulator. Now you should be able to start the game and play it with the setup controllers. To play with several Dolphin instances LAN games of Mario Kart, you need to set up some more stuff. Open the settings and select the tab Broadband Adapter. Enter a unique MAC address. Now copy the folder with the already configured Dolphin Emulator 4 times. Now there are 4 Dolphin emulators with identical settings for graphics, controller profiles, path and the broadband adapter. Only the MAC address must be changed for each instance. Do this now. To use the broadband adapter, you need to download the OpenVPN version 2.4. This works with Windows 11 as well. Only the component tap virtual Ethernet adapter needs to be installed. Type network connections in the Windows search and look at the current existing network connections. There should be a tap Windows adapter V9. Type tap in the Windows search and select the option Add a new tap virtual Ethernet adapter. A Windows command prompt opens, which you can close. Execute Add a new tap virtual Ethernet adapter 3 times until you got 4 tap Windows adapter V9 connections. Mark all 4 connections and select Bridge Connections. There might occur an error message, but, in the end, there should be a network bridge displayed. Right-click on the network bridge and select Properties. Make sure all selected LAN connections are ticket inside adapter. When connecting the controllers to the computer via cable, ensure that the cable is suitable. Some cables can only be used to charge devices and cannot transfer data. For very long USB cables, an active USB extension cable may be necessary, which provides an additional power supply. The advantage of a wired connection is that the batteries do not need to be charged, and the connection is not interrupted during periods of inactivity. Start 4 instances of the Dolphin Emulator. Make sure each instance has 2 controllers assigned. The controllers need to be active. Check if they are recognized correctly by pressing buttons on the respective controller. The LAN connections and the network bridge should not display red crosses when all the emulator instances are up and running. There should be a LAN option on the menu. If this option is missing, something is wrong with the virtual broadband adapter. Select LAN play for each Dolphin instance. After some time, a countdown starts on each Dolphin instance. All 4 instances should connect successfully. Choose the kind of split screen you need. You can have 1 or 2 players per Dolphin instance. 2 players can drive together on one cart or each drive their own cart. There is no possibility to select carts and drivers in LAN mode, these are distributed randomly by the game. Have fun playing! If you want to improve the experience, follow the next steps. The user Smariaman has made a great little program available via GitHub. It ensures that the entire screen can be used optimally for playing Mario Kart. First, you need to go to the website for Visual Studio, visualstudio.microsoft.com/. Click Download Visual Studio and choose the community version, which is free. Download and run the installer file, Visual Studio Setup.exe. Only install the workload desktop development with C++. This installs C++ compiler, Windows SDK, developer command prompt and required libraries like user32.lib. Visit the GitHub page to download the code for the Arrange Instances program. Unzip the files and check the README file. Go to the Windows search and look for developer command prompt for VS. Change the directory to the place where you unzipped the Arrange Instances files. Run the displayed command line. You can find it in the README file. This will generate the ArrangeInstances.exe inside the Arrange Instances main folder. Check the exact name of your Dolphin Emulator Windows. Use it in a fitting instance ratio number. For a regular screen of ratio 16:9 and for Windows you need the displayed ratio. If the aspect ratio is 16:9, this number works regardless of the resolution. Use the Windows default settings to hide the Windows taskbar. This way you can use the whole screen. With the Arrange Instances tool and the hidden taskbar in use, I encountered some problems playing Mario Kart in LAN mode. If you lose LAN connections shortly after you start a game, try playing without these tools. It is also a good idea to disable the LAN connections and network bridge when you do not need them for Mario Kart. They can cause problems when you try to play other LAN games. Have fun with the game and let me know how it worked out for you. Did you have any problems with input delays of the controllers? Did the Dolphin Instances tool work well with you?
Nicht schon wieder. Es ist doch jedes Mal dasselbe, wenn irgendjemand den Stern hat.